Summing up the most common problems in 2024, there are either too many or too little options in life. People feel lost and uncertain about the next steps in their career. And people are overwhelmed by having too many projects and do not know what to focus on. I guess that sounds about right. And in this video, I want to introduce a concept that brings back clarity into people's life. This concept that I have created myself through psychology knowledge, experimentation, and real client feedback is called the Second Brain Clarity Map. Although the word second brain might be familiar to some people, I'm really crossing topics by adding my own psychology knowledge into it, resulting in something really special and new. And here I actually want to tell you what it is about, what it means, why it works, and actually give you each of the 8 steps resulting in your own second brain. And please stay in until the end of the video so you grasp the full concept. And just shortly again, I'm Archer. I'm a business psychologist. I have sold my events business and moved to Japan to commit 100% of my time to help people to finally find the right path in their life. And the best way for me to do that is using the second brain. So let's get started with what is the second brain. So the second brain is a concept that takes out all the information out of your head into a concept that you can work with. And when we say taking things out of your head, we mean your experience, your knowledge, your preferences, everything that makes you actually you. We replicate your brain in an external version in order to make it easier to work with it. And in my case, the second brain is a digital or physical map that helps people to make these big decisions in their life by just understanding where they're coming from, what is the next steps they could do, what are they capable of, and adding a system into it so they can use the second brain to make these decisions. And the system includes finding out how to use your own data, use AI actually to use the data to find new opportunities, or the other way around, finding opportunities and checking with your second brain how you should prioritize it. In essence, the second brain automates your decision making by giving you prioritization that we said before. Just naturally, you will understand where this new topic belongs to, how important it is right now, and how to rate it versus other options. And now coming to the question, why does this work? Circling back a little bit on neuroscience. So in order to think, in order to process information, we use our working memory. And working memory helps you to process information. For example, if you calculate something like mathematics in your head, you use your working memory. However, the brain can only process a certain set of information. The longer the mathematical equation gets, the harder it becomes to calculate it in your head, doesn't it? And now imagine you have to make a big life decision. Imagine you want to start a new career. You would have to sit down and just rethink everything that you've done before in your life, everything you stand for today. There is just so much information that is hard to even put into words right now. What this results in is the brain gives up. The brain sees all the information and thinks, wait, this is impossible. I don't want to think and spend all the energy into this, resulting in something that is called decision paralysis. So we end up in the spot where we have too much information to process, too many decisions to make, or too little insight to understand which decisions we could make or which path we could take. In simple words, it would be overwhelming to make a decision given the factors. So by externalizing this whole process and building a system around it, we take off weight off the shoulders of your brain. Your brain has to work less hard because we have all the information visible in front of us. We can make the decision step by step following the system that it involves. We can assess things through data with less emotion. We can make decisions more professional and scientific. It's nothing new, right? Imagine you write things down on a paper when you make a decision. That's one way to do it. The second brain is just a very deep way that you do once in your life, and never ever you will face this problem again. To be noted, however, the second brain is a living document. Once it's finished and you live on your life, new data will come in, the second brain will be updated, but your path will be clear. So summed up, you will exactly know what you want, you know exactly what you need to make a good decision, you will know what you will do in your private life, you will have better work and life balance. You will make the big and hard decisions of your life. You might find new ventures, new opportunities, new entrepreneurship. You find the skills that you need in order to improve in your current career. There are countless ways to implement the second brain. And it's really versatile. It's hard to even put a cap on it because it's so flexible and dynamic. So if you really want to find out if that's something for you, just write in the comments what type of topic this might apply to you, and I can just answer and help you out with figuring, hey, is this the right thing? But regardless, let's just go through the process so you understand really each step of how to build the second brain, and then maybe it will be a lot easier for you to understand why this works so well. So diving really into the process of building your second brain, we can divide the 8 steps into 3 themes. First, it's about document building. Second, it's about map building. And third, it's about system usage. When it comes to document building, it's data collection, all about your life, what you are and who you are. In order to do so, in the first step, you should establish your past. Understand where you're coming from, what is your past experiences, what can you say, what you have learned in past jobs, in your school, trying to understand your personal values, try to understand how you were as a child. There are many parts of information you can take from your past. One nice way to structure is to analyze before school, elementary school, middle school, high school. How were you and how have you changed throughout these stages? And from then on, you go with your professional experiences. Depends on how much experience you have. It's adding different years to it and different positions you could analyze. In the second step, we analyze your current present being. Who are you today? What are your current skills? What are your current preferences? What have you learned in the past that has made you who you are today? Here it's all about understanding your business value as well as your private value. If it's about finding your business opportunities, you would analyze deeper what type of business personality you have today. If it's more about improving your work and life balance, it's more about finding what you enjoy in your private life. So it's a little bit different for everyone. And in session 3, we focus on the unknown. This is actually really funny. So we want to find out information that is not as obvious. And in order to do so, there are so many different tasks and strategies. One way to do so is going through your daily life. What type of content are you consuming? What content are you sharing? What's in your camera roll? What are you talking about? Think about all the things that make you in your daily life and analyze and extract information here. Another nice way is to ask other people. You can ask other people about your past. How was I as a child? How do you think I am currently? What do you think is my biggest strength? What do you think I could improve on? There are, again, millions and millions of questions there you can just put out there to get third-party information. This is one of the most crucial parts because everyone has their own filter, right? You might know yourself also not to 100%. You might have your own biases, as someone else might have their own biases, but having different angles just helps you to collect data without judging, please. Someone might say something about you. It doesn't have to be a judgment or the truth. We are just collecting data. At this stage, you have a really nice document, actually. This document is huge. It's hard to work with this document. It's as fuzzy as your head. And from here on, of course, my second brain kicks in really hard. A side note, as a psychologist, the first 3 steps are really fun to do together with me because I really go through edges using interview techniques of psychology. Coming to the second topic, it's the map building, where you take all the documents and you put it in a map. I personally use Canva, but you can use any other map that you want or any other tool. So basically, if we continue the steps, it's step 4. You extract the document into chunks of information in the form of sticky notes on the map. So you randomly combine information and make information easier and put it all on the map. And you don't really focus on how to arrange things, but the focus here is on compromising things, putting things together, and getting out duplicates, just ending up with a map that you can actually start dragging things around. And in the next step, you start organizing all these random sticky notes into topics. So some topics are your preferences, your dislikings, your experiences, and so on and so on. And automatically, they will form their own groupings. And we just want to put these together that seem similar, which creates your natural interests umbrella terms. As As you go on with the system, these umbrella terms will become stronger and stronger, resulting in you being able to give it a headline. And in step 6, we start analyzing the nitty-gritty, is how I call it. So now we start getting new information. By checking the overlap of concepts, the distance and the opposites of concepts, we find new information. For example, if you have worked as a marketeer, we analyze the subpoints, the creativity you need, the skills, any other things that comes as a subpoint, and this will become its own small parts of the map, making your map bigger and more detailed. And at this stage already you will find skills that you might need, you find the missing spot, you find the glue between things. At this step already it's amazing what you've created, and it's amazing to see all your life making suddenly so much sense. And now that you have the map, it's about using the system in order to optimize the outcomes. At this point, you will start putting numbers on each umbrella term, prioritizing what is the most important to you right now or in the next 90 days. Now you will start implementing future goals. This might be different from person to person. We take a big goal, for example, let's go with career change, and we start analyzing it one way, from the brain to the outside. We check all your characteristics, we take that, put it into AI, and we check, hey, what type of careers can I do when I'm good at copywriting, when I'm good with creative thinking, I actually suck with teams, I want to work alone, and so on, and we check the outputs. Of course, you can think on your own, but the AI was just an idea. The second way is taking other inspiration, for example, a career title, put it into AI and analyze the subparts. If you do that and put it in the map, it will again find, hey, where does it overlap? Where do you lack the skills? And this helps you to rate if this opportunity is good for now or not, and breaking it down. In order to do so, I have something called the 3 mechanism. And the last and 8th step, you will have a list of multiple choices. Let's say, let's still stick with the career change. You have multiple job opportunities, and then you start with your prioritized list of testing. You might already have come up with a top 5, and you start checking out the market. Where is the most opportunity? You will actually apply in all of those, get feedback in, understand where you lack, and optimize your brain. By doing this cycle again and again, the path will become slimmer and slimmer, and you will understand better and better where you actually belong. And the time needed to make such a big decision is only a matter of weeks after this. And this was only an example. You can do this with anything, your private decisions, anything where you feel like you're lost, where you think like, hey, I need to make a decision, but I don't know how, I don't know what to focus on, and so on. Some people have too many businesses. We analyze the businesses. We find subpoints again. You know, it's a very, very wonderful technique. It's hard to put it all into just a video, right? But I hope this already gave you an insight of what this is all about. Of course, I create more and more content going into it deeper and deeper, but this video's purpose was to give you a first general idea of what this second brain is about. And if you think that's interesting, drop me a follow on Instagram and subscribe me on YouTube. I really want to show you more and more content and help you through your hardships. All the best, and thanks for watching.